keep them all together and make sure you do not lose them. Put it together, review them couple of times, and you'll be good. And now I will go over, it says anti-anxiety package. So make sure you pick up your anti-anxiety. I did put in the order for some reason. Make sure you know is the third package, and it says anti-anxiety. Now, when you see anti-anxiety, it says the word benzodiazepine, and that sometime you will see. So when you see this word, is at the end word is pine. So write down your pine medication are benzodiazepine, pine, and the last word in your medication are diazepam. Diazepam is your Valium, and also Librium. They can give them for anti-anxiety. So when they say benzodiazepine medication are your anxiety medication. On the side, ending words, some of them are PAM word, LAM word, and Zine word, Z-I-N-E. Now, these are benzodiazepine are your anxiety medication, such as Valium. When do we give Valium? Remember when your patient has seizure, but why are you giving anti-anxiety medication? To relax your patient, not for seizure. So Valium is diazepam, and word is PAM, and also Librium. What do you monitor when you give this medication, especially Valium and Librium? Any medication for anxiety is lethargic. They become what? Lethargic, and they are not moving. Second word, thrombophlebitis. It can lead to thrombophlebitis because they are not walking around a lot, because they are more in bed. Second word, if you go in the last box, highlight the word, your anxiety medication, they depress CNS. In the third box, central nervous system. And last word, you go and highlight the word, no alcohol. So whenever you're giving this drug, they're depressing central nervous system. You cannot give them more alcohol because alcohol depresses the brain and central nervous system. Librium. Second word you will go is called Xanax. Klonopin is clorazepam, PAM word. Ativan, lorazepam, PAM word. And oxazepam, Cirex. So what is the word is your anti-anxiety medication? PAM word, P-A-M, PAM. And what do you monitor when you are giving is these drugs are, is go in the second box. Drowsiness, they're very drowsy. Hypotension and hepatic. Write down the word hepatic and hypotension. So remember, anxiety medication, patient is very drowsy, patient blood pressure is low. Last box, underline the word CNS depression. Fourth line, don't give alcohol. And do not discontinue abruptly from the bottom, third line. So everyone is okay, what is your anxiety medication? Last word is PAM. And what do you monitor? Hypotension. They're very sleepy. Don't give any alcohol. Safety is important. Now, next box, it says non-benzodiazepine. That means they are not really anxiety medication, but they can use it to lower the anxiety, like a Buspar. Buspar medication, and it cause confusion, cause hypotension, and little sedation. And you require 3 weeks to be effective. Cannot be given PRN on the third line. Anxiety, it should not be given PRN. Give them daily to it work better. Second box is you have Vistaril. Vistaril you are giving for patient pre-op care. Right down there. Vistaril dries up body secretion. Vistaril we are giving for patient with surgery, pre-op care. Atarax medication is given for itching. Atrex is given for itching. And what do you monitor? Drowsiness. Second box, you monitor hypotension. And third box is monitor can be used for anxiety. We started the third paper, anti-anxiety medication. So please make sure you take anti-anxiety and make sure highlight the word benzodiazepine. When you see the word benzodiazepine, they are your medication. And write down ending word of anxiety medication. I wrote it the word PAM word. I will repeat here, and those who just came in, highlight the word Ativan. In the first box, Valium. Second box, Xanax, Klonopin, Ativan, Xerox. These all are PAM word. It lowers the blood pressure. Don't give it alcohol. Buspar in the last box, you have, these are not anxiety medication, but can be used for anxiety, such as Buspar and Visceral, the next box. What is Visceral is? You are using for pre-op care to dry up the body secretion. Atarax is anti-anxiety package. Anti-anxiety package, and Atarax you are giving for itching. I will move on the second page. On that is anti-anxiety. Kava medication, herbal medication, they can also use for anxiety. And do not take it with CNS, do not take with other CNS depression. Melatonin, that is also used for patient for anxiety. These are your herbal medication. Side effects are sedative, dry mouth, and constipation, urinary retention. Nursing intervention, avoid alcohol. So all your anxiety medication causing low blood pressure and dry up body secretion, that means constipation and urinary retention. Kava is medication, and melatonin you're using for is anxiety. Next page, number 3. It says antidepressant medication, highlight the word Prozac. Prozac is one of the medication, but I will cover on page 5. So let's move on, page number 4. Another antidepressants, you have another group, tricyclic, which is called Alavil and Tofranil. That's a depression medication. So I like it, page number 1, everyone should know from this package, and anxiety medication, Xanax, and Ativan and all that. Then move on page number 5. This is important, and I highlighted, but I like to cover page 5. Page 5 covers everything, your antidepressant medication. I want you to highlight the word on page number 5, antidepressant medication, MAOI medication. MAOI. And what is MAOI? Monoamino oxide inhibitors. And there are 3 names of the drug. If you remember, when we did Spider-Man package, there was a word Panama to remember. And what is Panama? PA, paranate, underline. And MA is missing, which is Marpolane, and then you have NA is Nardil, Panama, PA, paranate, NA, Nardil, MA, Marpolane. 3 drugs, you are missing 1, paranate, Nardil, and I want you to write down third medication, Marpolane. When they give an exam, they may not give the name of on the top MAOI, and they might give you the name of drug. And those are the 3 drugs are paranate, Nardil, 2 of them you have, and third word is Marpolane, MARPLAN. So remember, we had how to memorize the word is Panama in the Spider-Man package, and we did in Spider-Man package is your medication. Antidepressant medication is what do you teach patient when you're giving antidepressant medication? Is postural hypotension. If the blood pressure can be lower. But what is important here, you're teaching. What do you teach your patient? not to take in the second box Tyramine. Underline the word Tyramine. You don't give Tyramine. If patient take Tyramine, then what happened to the patient? Hypertensive crisis in the second box. So when they take Tyramine, they will go in hypertensive crisis, sweating, palpitation, and neck stiffness. I want you to go in third box now. Now we must know what food do we avoid when we are giving Paranate is in the diet. Third line, cheese, 8 cheese, underline, liver, yogurt, herring, yeast, beer, wine, and also you have pickled and sour cream. Make sure pickled, sour cream, and you guys know cheese and yogurt. Very important, because your question would be, the patient get food and patient is taking Marpeline. Maybe there's a cheese in there. Maybe there's a pickle. Are we clear? Make sure we all know the diet here. And how long your depression medication takes to work is 3 to 4 weeks. And avoid tricyclic. What is avoid tricyclic medication? 3 weeks after you stop MAOI medication. Tricyclic is another group of antidepressant. You cannot give other antidepressant with MAOI, such as tricyclic. And highlight the word sunblock, because it causes them sensitive to light. So sunblock is important, Tyramine is important, memorizing the name of MAOI medication. What are the MAOI medication is Paranate, Nardil, and Marpeline. Everyone okay? Second group of antidepressant medication are tricyclic. What is your tricyclic is? Number 1, amitriptyline Elavil. Tofranil, we just did it for anxiety, but it's a depression medication. Norpamine, and Sinequin, and Pamelor. So it's called tricyclic group of antidepressant. You have to memorize. A common drug, amitriptyline. Common drug is Tofranil, Sinequin, and what does it cause? Your depression medication in the second box. Sedation. They are sedated, they are drowsy, and especially when you are giving amitriptyline. Second line, dry mouth, postural hypotension. The last line, constipation. All your depression medication cause constipation, cause dry mouth, cause hypotension. Very important tricyclic medication. Second line, suicidal risk, 10 to 14 days. What do you monitor when you are giving depression medication? Suicidal. What is the next line? Fourth one, sunblock is important. Also, increase fluid. All your medication, they're drying up the body fluid. Fluid is important. What is the best time you give tricyclic medication, HS, at the bedtime? Next is, third group, you have SSRI. What is SSRI? Are called selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. What are those medication are? Is Prozac, you have Paxil, Celexa, and Effexor. That is SSRI medication. Now what do you monitor? Bradycardia, constipation, and also urinary retention, nervousness. It causes an insomnia. Then third box, you take this medication in AM. Why? Because it causes insomnia. So that's important. Used also for anorexia and for patients when they have not suicidal, they can give them. So SSRI, so everyone, I want when you are memorizing your depression medication, memorize is number 1, MAOI group, second group, tricyclic, third group, SSRI. Tricyclic medication, you can give them at bedtime, and also all your medication are causing is dry mouth, sedation, and they are drowsy. So remember all that. And also, last box, you have is Valbuteron, is called heterocyclic, and Zyban, and Disral. Disral is very common medication, and it causes dry mouth. Go in the last box. Avoid use of alcohol because it affecting the CNS depression. Last box, you will go herbal. St. John's wort can be used for depression. And in the last box, avoid St. John's wort with MAO within 2 weeks of time. Do not use alcohol. Avoid exposure to sun. So alcohol is not good for all your medication. Now you guys know anxiety medication, and it is last wording in anxiety medication. I said PAM word, remember? And you can also use some of the medication. Antidepressant, our main group, some of your names are here. You got to start looking your names. Maui medication, you avoid them. Try, what do you avoid them? Tyramine. Now I will move on the next page. Now you have a lot of other thing is on page number 6 is lithium. Lithium is given is for bipolar patient. So that was for depression. Now you are a patient with bipolar. What medication do you give them? Lithium. And what do you monitor when you are giving lithium is very important is your blood level of lithium. Go in the third box. In the middle of third box, you have in the middle, it says normal blood level, 1 to 1.5 MEQ per liter. So make sure we all know the level. What is the level is? More than 1.5 is patient is in toxicity. So we must know. And also check the blood level in the third box every 2 to 3 times weekly when you're starting. And then when the patient is on, they will take them in the morning. The blood test should be done in the morning. So first is take it every weekly or 2 to 3 times, and then they will check regularly for toxicity. What do you teach your patient when they have taking lithium? In the third box, last 2 lines, fluid is 2,500 to 3,000, increase fluid, and underline the word adequate salt intake. So don't cut down the salt and don't cut the fluid. Very important that. Now I want you to move up in the same box, and it says therapeutic effect is 1 to 2 weeks sign of intoxication above the level. Everyone should know intoxication sign of lithium are vomiting, diarrhea, drowsiness, muscle twitching, weakness, and ataxia. Diarrhea and vomiting is very important. So everyone should know lithium is your bipolar medication. Normal level 1 to 1.5. What do you teach patient? Fluid is important. And if they go in toxicity, everyone should know the vomiting, diarrhea, ataxia. What do you give them if they have toxicity? I want you to write down on the side, give IV normal saline. That means that has salt and fluid. So what do you give them? IV normal saline. Now let's go side effect. What are the common side effects are dizziness and underlying headache and tremor. And so those are lithium. Lithium is common drug for bipolar patients. So you know anxiety medication, you know depression medication, and you know bipolar. Now Tegretol and Depakote, those 2 drugs underneath, they are seizure medication, but they can use it for bipolar. So I want you to write down Tegretol and Depakote, they both are seizure medication. What do you monitor patients when you're giving Tegretol? Vertigo, dizziness, ataxia, and thrombocytopenia. Thrombocytopenia is the platelet, and Tegretol, very important, even in seizure medication. That is your seizure medication causing vertigo, dizziness, ataxia, and thrombocytopenia. Go in the third box. What do you monitor? So it says in the second line, traditionally used for seizure and trigeminal neuralgia. So Tegretolol is a seizure medication, and it says trigeminal neuralgia means facial pain, cranial nerve 5. So if you have facial pain, they can give for seizure, and Tegretolol is used also for bipolar. What lab do you do is very important, CBC. And then you go in the bottom and take it with food. It's good to take them with food. Now the next medication is Depakote. Depakote, if you go in the third box, traditionally for seizure, it's a seizure medication. And what do you monitor? Go in the next line, liver function test. And Depakote, because they get very is sleepy, last line, take it with, is avoid hazards activity. Take with food or milk. In the second box, it causes thrombocytopenia and sedation. And those are important. So let me repeat here. Bipolar medication, lithium we all should know, but Depakote and your Tegretolol are your seizure medication. Seizure medication makes you very drowsy, very sleepy, ataxia, so monitor for safety. And they are used for seizure, but you can use for bipolar medication. Next page, we will move on, page number 7. Antipsychotic medication. Why do you give antipsychotic medication? Write down on the top, and they're asking you, what do you monitor when you're giving psychotic medication? Behavior. You are improving patient's behavior. So write down on the top, that is when your patient mental problem, behavior problem, you are monitoring the behavior. Now what are the name of the medication? Only we will highlight the main wording. And what are the antipsychotic medication are? It says high potential medication are Haldol, underline, is. And then you go third line, prolaxin, and in the bottom is prolaxin. And Haldol and prolaxin in the side effect go low sedative effect. And in the third box you're using for assaultive patient, those who are hitting, and elderly patient risk for fall. And you can give them also IM in the last line, deep IM. All your psychotic medication, IM Z-track, very deep. Third box, medium potential medication, you have Triphalon. Third box, you go low potential, Thorazine. Thorazine you are giving is underlying sedative effect. It causes sedative. Irreversible retinitis, eyes. And third box, you go sensitive to sun. Atypical medication are Risperdal, Seroquel, and the last one is Geodin, Geodon, Geodin. So everyone should know your antipsychotic medication. Some of the names are Haldol, prolaxin, Thorazine, Risperdal, Seroquel, Geodin. I would advise you make your cards, write down some name of the drug, and start memorizing, because you've got to know which drug, where are you going to use. Now, I want you to go, which is very important, and you do have in Spider-Man package, the side effect, the last page, if you will move on page 8. Side effect, these are the name of the drug, but what are the bad side effects you are giving patient to change their behavior? But what happened to the patient are, number 1, extrapyramidal symptom, EPS, underline that, is extrapyramidal symptom, and we use the word EPS, extrapyramidal symptom. Where do we see extrapyramidal symptom? Is when you are giving psychotic medication. What does it mean? Side effect is EPS. What is EPS? Number 1, Pseudo-Parkinson. What is pseudo-Parkinsonism are? Is they're not, what is Parkinson? Shakiness, involuntary movement. Pseudo means they're not Parkinson, but they're shaking like Parkinson patients. Are we clear? So what is EPS means is sometimes they will use the word EPS, sometimes they will give you the word pseudo-Parkinson. Second line is muscle spasm, dystonia word. Fourth line, tightening of jaw. And stiff, remember they're becoming stiff. Then late sign R is airway problem. And I want you to highlight the word acthesia. What is acthesia? Inability to sit. They cannot sit down and stand or still with them. And also tardive dyskinesia. What is the next word is called? Tardive dyskinesia. Everyone should know EPS. In EPS word is tardive dyskinesia. Parkinson word you must know, and they become a stiff. And word is acthesia. In the second box is they are tapping and they cannot sit quietly. That means they're moving. Those are EPS. So you're giving Haldol or you're giving Thorazine, but patients start EPS. And remember, they become stiff, they're involuntary shaking, and they have word tardive dyskinesia. All these words you must know because they may give one word, different word. They give you EPS, they give tardive dyskinesia, they can give Parkinson word, acthesia word, all that wording is important. Now what medication do you give your patient to stop EPS? Is Cogentin, third box, underline, Artane and Benadryl. Three medication, Cogentin, Artane and Benadryl. Everyone on the side, Cogentin and Artane, you are also given for which patient? Parkinson patient. So remember, what medication do you give to stop EPS? Cogentin, Artane, number 2, and number 3 you are giving Benadryl. But these two medications are Parkinson medication. What is Parkinson? They are involuntary shaking. And that's why you are giving along with your medication to prevent EPS. Second side effect is anticholinergic. What is anticholinergic? Your Benadryl, anticholinergic, is dry mouth. It causes the dry mouth and it causes constipation and urinary retention. Third box you go. Maintain adequate fluid intake. Third line. In the third box, third line, what do you do to prevent your patient when you're giving your Haldol or give fluids? Why? Because your medication is going to cause them what? Dryness. Are we clear? So what is second side effect of your medication are anticholinergic. So if they're giving you question, what do you monitor your patient or what do you do when you're giving antipsychotic? Number 1, you prevent them from EPS by giving this drug. Number 2, give them fluid. Why? Because these medication, these patients are going to be constipated and they will be drowsy. Blurry vision, they can see. Number 3, sedation. They are sleeping. You walk in the morning and your patient is sleeping because they have Haldol. What do you do? Is third line is sedative affect safety. What will happen? Risk for fall. Prevent your patient from fall. So sometimes they can ask you the side effects. Sometimes they can ask you what would you do when you are giving your patient medication. So you are giving fluid. You are preventing them from fall. Next line, hypotension. So what do you teach them? Get up slowly, prevent them from fall. Orthostatic hypotension. Last one, very important, neuroleptic malignant syndrome, NMS, neuroleptic malignant syndrome. That's bad. When this patient has, they become rigid. They're very stiff. They are having fever and they have blood pressure is fluctuating and seizure. What do you do? Your patient here. is immediately withdraw the medication. Your first answer is stop the medication. Are we clear? Second thing, control hypothermia, lower the body temperature by fluid, hydration, and give them muscle relaxant. Last one, atropine psychosis. What is atropine? We had it, all these in the Spider-Man, but different area. This is your combined information. Skin is hot. They're hot, color like beets, and they look very red, and they are dehydration. What do you do when patient has atropine psychosis? Stop the medication, hydrate your patient, and stay with your patient. Everyone, I did very important packages in the beginning, and I will still continuing more, but this is your third package. I want everyone, you must know your lithium, you must know antipsychotic, this side effect, you must know your MAOI medication, anti-anxiety medication, depression medication. So that we finish is number 3. I will move on. Next is anticonvulsion medication. So if you take it, the package, anticonvulsion means you are giving for seizure patients are. Now it says on the first page, Valium. Valium is not a seizure medication. Valium is what? Anti-anxiety medication. And what do you monitor when your patient has what kind of seizure? Long seizure. Are we clear? And when the seizures are bad, patient is very stiff, so you give Valium. And when you give Valium, what do you monitor? Underline, respiratory depression in the second line, and hypotension. You're giving Valium, and you're giving patient Valium during seizure because they're not stopping and they're stiff. So what are you giving? Valium, not to prevent seizure, but relaxing them. Are we clear? And airway. What is the side effect of Valium? Respiratory depression. Third box, you go. IV push. If you're giving IV, you can give IM. Your Valium can be given PO, but when patient is having seizure, maybe you're giving IV or IM. But IV should not exceed 2 mg per minute. That's important. And what do you keep available if you're giving IV? In your question, resuscitative equipment. Why? Because it depressing the breathing. So underline resuscitative equipment. Alcohol. Do not give alcohol. We did earlier with Valium. Long term, when you are, symptom can be, long-term use can be vomiting, cramping, underline the word. So everyone should know Valium is not a seizure medication, anxiety medication. When you're giving, what do you monitor? Respiratory. What do you keep in the room? Resuscitative equipment. You're giving IV very slowly. Why? Because it can lead to respiratory depression. Everyone is okay. Now I'm moving on. Some of your seizure medication are. Number 1, Dilantin. Dilantin is your seizure medication. It causes drowsiness, ataxia, nystagmus, abnormal eye movement, and lethargic. These all we must know symptom for all your seizure medication. All your seizure medication, when they are saying you're giving, monitor for drowsiness, monitor an ataxia, and your word is nystagmus, abnormal eye movement. Now, very important in Dilantin is the last one, hypertrophy of gingival hypertrophy. Very important. This is one symptom you do not have with any other medication. So what is Dilantin? You are monitoring gum bleeding and sore gum. Now you go in the last box. Let's go in the last box. Give oral medication with at least half glass of water or with meal for prevent GI. Third line is important. Body fluid, color, red, brown, or pink, sweat and urine. So urine and sweat, color would change. IV administration can lead to cardiac arrest. And next is instruct, last 4 line, 3 line very important, oral hygiene. Increased vitamin D and exposure to sunlight is necessary with long-term dilantin use. Alcohol, you do not give, increased cause toxicity. So very important, dilantin is seizure medication. And body fluid, we all should know, turns the orange or the body fluid. And when you're giving dilantin, what do you monitor your patient are gingival hyperplasia. But drowsiness, nystagmus, lethargic, all your medication. Next medication I have is called phenobarbital and it's called luminol. And it's causes drowsiness, GI upset, respiratory depression, ataxia. Now, drowsiness, let's go in the last box. Monitor vital sign when you're giving. And drowsiness, don't give alcohol. And very important, with phenobarbital, give folic acid for long-term use. What do you give? In dilantin, we said vitamin D, here folic acid. I want you to write down phenobarbital is a good drug for pregnancy. In pregnant mother, they don't use dilantin, but they use phenobarbital. So write down phenobarbital used in pregnancy and write down dilantin not to be used in pregnancy. So they don't give dilantin when someone is pregnant, but they can use phenobarbital. Next medication, Mycilone. All your medication seizure are causing drowsiness, ataxia, diplopia, and also you go in the last box, takes in the second line, takes about 2 weeks for full therapeutic effect. Take it with food. Third medication, next medication, magnesium sulfate. Remember, you're giving magnesium sulfate in pregnancy for preeclampsia mother. Why? To prevent seizure. And what other side effects are is, let's go in the third box. Remember, I said monitor 3 things when you're giving magnesium sulfate. Number 1, urine output, and knee-jerk reflexes. What happened with knee-jerk? Absent knee-jerk. Vital sign, and in vital sign, I want you to write it down with vital sign is your blood pressure, respiration. So 3 things you remember: toxicity of magnesium sulfate, low respiration, low urine output, absence of DTR. That is 3 things you will go. Next is tegretolol, we did earlier. Tegretolol is causing, underline the word, ataxia, diplopia, and what do you monitor? CBC. Third line you will go, and photosensitivity. Zerantin is also your seizure medication, drowsiness, ataxia. What do you monitor when you are giving Zerantin? Weekly weight. It affects the weight. Neurontin is cause ataxia and also irritability, fatigue, and go underline, monitor weight for Zerantin and Neurontin. And Zerantin is given for neuralgia, for nerve pain. So write down for nerve pain, you're giving Neurontin. So what is Neurontin? Seizure medication. When you get nerve pain, they can also give, like diabetic patients, they start getting nerve pain and they cannot walk, you can use them, is there. So you guys have to remember is dilantin, luminol, magnesium sulfate, Depakote, tegretolol, and Zerantin and Neurontin. Next page is another, some more medication for your convulsions are Lamisil. Lamisil is your medication. What do you monitor when you're giving Lamisil? Diplopia, double vision, headache, ataxia, and very, very important in the second box, last line, life-threatening rashes when given with valproic acid. So luminol, Lamictal can cause bad rashes and should be notified. Topamax is also your seizure medication. When you're giving Topamax, you're having a Spider-Man package. and you had a vision problem in the second box, and lead to eye problem, permanent eye damage. Now I would advise you, now these are the name, but sometimes they ask you what medication can be used in what seizure. So you have indication. In indication, you guys have partial seizure, you can give them luminol, tegretol, Neurontin, and Lamictal. Tonic clonic seizure medication, you can give luminol and tegretol. Absence seizure, Zorantin you can give. And status epilepticus, Valium, Ativan you're giving, and Dilantin patients are always on seizure medication. That's a very good box because some of your questions are types of seizure medication. Now don't stop them and monitor for all the side effects we talked about your seizure medication. Next, page number 3. You guys have gout medication. Gout medication are, even you will highlight, you can remember in one day. At least you guys have package and you're highlighting every day, make a card and start memorizing. It's a lot of drug. So highlight, but it is good. We're doing a whole review and I'm giving you all the packages and we'll have that way available, and make sure you guys memorize. Anti-gout medication are colchicine. Colchicine is your medication causing GI upset. And what do you monitor when you are giving colchicine? Is gout, but it is given anti-inflammatory. Give them with meal. Check CBC, and colchicine is given for acute gout. So we should write down acute gout. And whenever you are giving gout medication, I would say on the side, increase fluid. Very important you increase fluid. So number 1, GI upset. Second is probenecid. What is in probenecid is nausea. So I would say GI upset, very important. And second, skin rashes. So how do you memorize your gout medication? Remember GI upset and rashes. What do you, it reduces probenecid. Go in the second line for chronic gout and decreasing uric acid. What do you increase? Fluid. Give them with food. And also alkaline urine is, remember, is you have is the urine test is you avoid acid. What is alkaline mean? Don't give any acids in the diet. Acid ash and alkaline ash diet. So what diet do you give them? Alkaline ash diet. So write down alkaline ash diet. Xyloprim, allopurinol is another medication. So colchicine, probenecid, and allopurinol or Xyloprim, GI upset, diarrhea we said it causes, and what do you monitor when you are giving this medication? Second line, encourage fluid. Monitor CBC, diet, same alkaline ash medication. Avoid aspirin, very important for all your medication, because aspirin is inactivate the drug, means it increase more uric acid, and you want to reduce uric acid, but if you are taking aspirin, uric acid will go high. So very important, 3 things simply. The name of your medication are colchicine, Benamid, and Xyloprim. And what do is you increase fluid. GI upset is one of the side effects, is rashes, and do not give aspirin. Now action, what does it do? It decrease and reduce the uric acid. What are we decreasing here? Uric acid. So that is your gout medication. I want to move on to the next page. On next page, you have Parkinson medication here. And what is Parkinson medication? Are Artane, number 1. Artane is causing dry mouth, blurry vision, and also blocking, go under last word, acetylcholine, and intraocular should be monitored. So very important, whenever you're giving anti-Parkinson, monitor for glaucoma patient very carefully, or do not give them. Safety, ambulation, and also it causes dry mouth. Second is cogentin. Remember, we did Artane and cogentin medication for EPS, but you are giving anti-Parkinson patient. What do you monitor? Atropine-like effect, vision, and it causes sedation. Go in the third line, in the third box is last word, CNS depression. It causes CNS depression. Levodopa, you have another medication. Hypotension, underline that word. Hypotension, go in the last box and skip 4 line, and it says contraindicated for glaucoma patient. And monitor postural hypotension. Avoid over-the-counter and vitamin B6. Everyone remember, Parkinson medication, all your question, careful with glaucoma patient, and do not give B6, and also why? Because it doesn't absorb, no over-counter medication. Next one is Peraldol is your medication. And what do you monitor? In the second box, hypotension. And how do you give them with food? Sinemet, you have another medication. Don't use with MAU patients are. So remember, Parkinson medication, no B6, no MAU medication, no glaucoma patients are, and hypotension. Remember that. Cimetril is given, and also Cimetril can be used for also contraindicated for epilepsy, antiviral in the third box, and it causes insomnia and slurred speech. But Cimetril is your medication. I do have another package I added in the end, some of more Parkinson medication. Very carefully, everyone should know, we have a lot of Parkinson patient, Alzheimer, you're going to get the drugs. So to start knowing your drugs, Artane, cogentin, L-Dopa, Peraldol, Sinemet, and is that. Very simple thing, remember, careful with glaucoma patient, do not give B6, do not give MAUI, and check the blood pressure. Those are very important. Next page is you have iron, is medication here. Iron question, whenever you are giving iron, what does it cause here? Second box, constipation. Second box, the color of the stool are dark. And go in the last box. May be necessary to take with food, monitor hemoglobin, and dilute in the juice. What juice is important? With vitamin C. And not milk. Do not give milk. Do not give antacid, and use the straw. Everyone should know your iron should not be given with milk or with antacid. Infron injection, iron injection. How do you give them? Z-Track. Go in the third box, Z-Track injection. And I want you to write down on the side, when you give needle, and remember, how do you turn the skin more lateral, like this. After you inject it, you rotate the skin, and you're turning them, the tissues, more laterally, and your needle should be deeper, 1 to 1.5 inches. So remember, it's an IM injection. You're giving deeply when you're giving iron, and it's called Infron. The medication is Infron. And I want you is nursing consideration, very important for your iron, is third line is in nursing. Absorption of iron decrease with tetracycline. So remember, when you're giving tetracycline, that's antibiotic, do not give iron. Antacid, milk we said, coffee, tea. Tetracycline, antacids, coffee, tea, and milk. You do not give with them. Vitamin C is increasing absorption of iron. Vitamin E delays the absorption of iron. Those are important wording, and you will find that in a lot of questions. So I'm giving you the main wording. If you memorize or more is fine, but everyone should know anything with tetracycline, no iron, no antacids, no milk. Next is calcium. You will go on some of your calcium. Side effect is, when you're giving too much of calcium, can cause constipation and renal stone and dysarrhythmia. Calcium effect on the heart. Give 1 hour before meals or 1/3 at the bedtime. Monitor for urinary stone. So when you are giving calcium, monitor them. Vitamin D can lead to seizure and also increase calcium and renal stone. Last box, deficiency of vitamin D can cause rickets, psoriasis, rheumatoid arthritis. Check electrolytes. Restrict antacid containing magnesium. Sodium is your sodium when you're giving. When you're giving sodium, like salt, it comes in sodium fluoride. What do you monitor? Taste of the mouth, staining the teeth, and also synovitis, is sinus problem. Potassium you're giving, always monitor potassium level, and also when you're giving potassium, you can increase, report hyperkalemia. In third box, lethargic, confusion, low urinary output, and also monitor EKG when you're giving potassium. So those are some of your electrolytes you have in the same package. I want you to move on the next one. In the neuro package, you have seizure medication, Parkinson medication, and musculoskeletal medication. And which patient I want you is these drugs is tensolon, prostegmin, and mastinon. 3 of them, I want you to write down on the side, myasthenia gravis. Write down the word myasthenia gravis. What is myasthenia gravis? The muscles are very weak, and we did in neuro chapter. And we talked about it, but now we are reviewing the drug. So patient has myasthenia gravis, tensolon, underline the word, you give tensolon injection to check the also diagnosis, but what do you monitor of your tensolon medication are hypotension, bronchospasm, and respiratory paralysis. Diagnoses are done for, underline the word, myasthenia gravis. If it is positive, increasing the muscle strength within 30 to 60 minutes, the confirmed diagnosis. So what does it mean? When it says increasing muscle strength, write down the word positive. When they're saying negative, that means the muscles are weak. When the muscles are strong, the test is positive. What do you give them? Antidote. Atropine in the end. Atropine is you're giving for injection and for when you see and monitor respiratory depression. Prostegmin, neostigmin is your medication for myasthenia gravis. So everyone should know it's a neuro chapter, and neuro you're giving is prostegmin. What do you monitor when you're giving prostegmin? Is abdominal cramping, hypotension. Everyone go on third box, atropine is available on them. Then the third medication is you monitor for your patient with mastinon and bradycardia, hypotension, and bronchospasm. And atropine, again, on the second line in the third box. Drug of choice for myasthenia gravis and improving the muscle strength. What do you monitor for myasthenia gravis patient? What is your highest priority? Write down on the side the breathing, airway. Are we clear? And Fosamax, very important for your patient when they have poor bones. Bone calcium, and Fosamax you are giving. And vitamin D deficiency, osteomalacia, and treat them for osteoporosis. Underline that. Older age, minerals, bad bones are. And they also use for Paget disease. Underline 2 words. Osteoporosis, Paget disease is a bone. When do you give them? In the morning, a.m., 30 minutes before medication. How do you give them? Basically more with water, and not more with food and water or liquid. Sit up. Patient must sit up for 30 minutes after medication. and use sunscreen to protect them from photosensitivity. Everyone should know Fosamax medication. Everyone, these drugs are very common for myasthenia gravis. And glucosamine. Glucosamine we also use for osteoporosis. And what does it cause? Diarrhea. But I want you to go in the last line, in the third box, check for allergies with shellfish. And contraindicated in pregnancy and lactation, and very important, glycemic control worsen. The blood sugar increases. So glucosamine when you're giving, monitor blood sugar. So that covers your tensilon and the other. Next one you guys have is Motrin. Motrin is anti-inflammatory. How do you give Motrin? Underline the third one. When you're giving Motrin, don't give a patient has allergies with aspirin. Number one, give them with milk is important. Second one, Indocin, anti-inflammatory medication. What do you monitor with Indocin also is monitor, observe for bleeding. And second box, bone marrow depression. Naproxen, anti-inflammatory medication, and give them with food, and also check for aspirin allergies. So remember, aspirin is also anti-inflammatory. If they are allergic to aspirin, you cannot give them these drugs, is naproxen and the Indocin. You're checking for them. Then Celebrex. Celebrex is also given anti-inflammatory. What is anti-inflammatory medication are? Write down for rheumatoid arthritis. Any question? Patient has RA, rheumatoid arthritis. And remember, rheumatoid arthritis, where do we put them? Reverse isolation. And what do you monitor when you're giving Celebrex? It causes is anxiety, dry mouth, constipation, and go in the last box they call COX-2 inhibitor. Do not give if they are allergic to sulfonamide, aspirin, or NSAID. So Celebrex can be used, but do not give them if they have this. Side effect, I want you, common side effect are for your medication are GI, constipation, bleeding, and rash. Nursing consideration, give them with food or after food. Now, next is, let's go in the next page, you have calcitonin. Calcitonin is calcium you are giving for your patient with Paget disease. It's also your bone disease, and also observe sign of tetany and give them HS in the third box. And another medication for Paget disease, AEH, DP, and Mitracin. But Calcimar, I want everyone should know that's more calcium, and you monitor for your patient. I added some more drugs here, and I want you just to highlight the quickly main thing in the last two packages, and I added those because there are some important medication is neurological. If it says levodopa, first one, so if not, then look on the other side if it's stapled wrong. And also, I want you not to give, it's a Parkinson medication. In the second box, action, highlight one word, go in the last word is glaucoma, and underline the last word, nursing consideration, get up slowly because it causes hypotension. Sinemet is also your Parkinson medication. It causes orthostatic hypotension. In the third box, give them with food. And Sinemet affect control of blood glucose and darken the urine. In the last box, 2 line. Aldapril, I want everyone you don't have in that box. Make sure you highlight, make sure you memorize. Aldapril is given for Parkinson. Highlight that because you don't have in the other box. What do you monitor? Orthostatic hypotension. Then you have Aricept. I want that to highlight, you don't have that. Aricept is given for which patient? Alzheimer. And what is the best time you give them? You go in the last box, in the Third line, during therapy, administered evening just before bedtime. Very important, those who are taking exam because they're missing, and I have added purposely aldapril Aricept. Namenda is also given for Alzheimer patient. And what do you monitor for them? Third box, headache and hypotension. I want everyone, aldapril, Aricept, Namenda, make sure you look. Next page, if you will move on, Symmetrol. We already talked about Symmetrol. It also causes hypotension. You guys have done. Baclofen. Baclofen is your muscles relaxant. And you monitor for baclofen hypotension, third box, and increasing blood glucose level. Artane you have. We already did Mastinon for Myasthenia gravis. Cogentin we did. We did not have Cogenex. I want you to highlight Cogenex. And Cogenex is also given for Alzheimer patients. So you guys have some medication for Alzheimer like Cogenex. And what do you monitor? Known risk for ulcer and liver enzyme in the last box, okay? And next one, you guys have some more extra medication I added there. And you have that is salicylic acid. We did already aspirin. Second one, Indocin. Make sure we all know. Advil, you can do. Another one, Tolactin, that you don't have in the other package. So I want you guys look these names. And Naproxen, we already said. And next one we don't have in the other package, Mobic. Mobic is also anti-inflammatory medication. And what do you monitor when you're giving Mobic? Go in the last box. You have a lot of side effect. Is in the top one, driving. Avoid driving. It's important. Then you skip 2-3 boxes. It says GI. Then you have weight gain. Asthma patient. Be careful with asthma. Fluid retention. Then if you skip on that, COX-2 inhibitor. Celebrex, everyone should know Celebrex, and you are using for rheumatoid arthritis. And do not give if they are allergic to sulfonamides, okay? Now those are some of your important drugs. Now you have next page, I want to go on next page, and you have more medication for your patient with rheumatoid arthritis. And they are called slow-acting anti-inflammatory medication. Planiquil, underline that word. And Planiquil, last box, highlight the word check eyes. Then you have gold salt, you give them. Very important, another medication, anti-neoplastic, and that is methotrexate. You can also give them methotrexate. Next one, DMRD, disease modified, Enbrel, very important, we all should know Enbrel. And what do? Go in the third box, you're giving them sub-Q and keep them in the fridge, but don't refrigerate. And monitor for infection. Any patient has infection, you cannot give. Last one on this page, Remicade. Remicade is also given medication and given IV at 2 to 6 weeks. Last page on this one, you have Humira, very common drug. You watch on TV every day. Humira is your anti-inflammatory medication given by injection. So Azulfadine is your anti-inflammatory medication you're giving for GI, for patient with GI on inflammatory medication, rashes. Monitor CBC, all right? Next is immune suppressant medication. You have Imuran and Cytoxan. Now you see how many drugs we have. It's a lot. It's not that easy, but you highlight. And why I did it, because I know they're very, very common for the exam. Let's take a quickly 5 minutes run and take a break, and I would like to finish.